Okay, so as of about a month and a half ago, Transformers Rise of the Beasts came out, and leading up to it, I was cautiously excited because I loved Beast Wars growing up, and I loved it a lot. And so I was excited to see Optimus Primal on screen, but wasn't really sure how things were going to go because the Michael Bay Transformers movies aren't especially well loved. But I watched it, and I liked it a lot. And normally I don't like the Transformers movie toys either, even though I do like Transformers toys, but I really liked Optimus Primal in the movie, and I looked to see what I could find. And that's when I stumbled upon this guy. So this is from a company called YOLO Park, and it seems really sketchy, and it feels kind of sketchy when you're going on the website because you actually order it from their website. Even though Transformers is a Hasbro brand, YOLO Park did get the license to make some model kits, and that's what we're going to look at. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and we'll see what it takes to put together the kit. Once we have it together, we're going to go ahead and compare it to some other Optimus Primals and see how it looks. So stick around, we're going to get right into it. So here's our box. It actually looks really cool. It's obviously using official art from the movie. Here's the back. We have a rough idea of what the model kit should look like in terms of pieces, and then a few more pictures. So let's get it open. We have some instructions in there, but I think that's pretty straightforward. So it looks like there's a couple of plastic tabs keeping it held in place, kind of like the way certain action figures do. And there it is. That looks really cool just in the box. I mean, the plastic is super flimsy, so it's definitely not like a display piece, but it is kind of cool to look at. Let's go ahead and follow the instructions. So looks like we're doing the face first. So here are the two different faces that you get as an option. After a lot of struggling, I got the face out. I don't know if I would say it's worth swapping the faces around often. The instructions technically show you got to put the face on first and then you put the head on, but obviously in order to get the face off, you need to remove the top of the head first, which is not easy to do. There's no obvious easy way to remove it that I can tell, and there are no tools to do it either. So if you're going to do it, I would say make sure you set it to whatever face that you prefer the most, because swapping it is not an easy task. And so 2 says we're just going to connect the head to the upper torso, and it looks like we have a ball joint here, and I'm going to go ahead and just pop that on. Okay, there he is with the head on first. Step 3 shows that we are going to be doing the left and right arms. So let's start with this arm first. We are connecting the shoulder, the arm, and a hand. And as far as left hands go, it looks like we have what could be a fist. However, it also looks like it can be a gripping hand. And otherwise, we have this reaching or open hand as well for the left side. And this one should just plug right in. So we'll do the same with the other arm. So here we got the shoulder. We're just going to plug that right into the bicep. As far as the right hands go, we do have an actual full fist right here. We have a nice pointing finger. We have a matching open hand, and then we have another matching hand, which could be a fist, but is really meant to be a gripping hand. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug him into the torso. It's a nice snug fit there too. The next step shows us connecting the abdomen to the torso. And we also have this butt piece that should cover his rear. So here's how the rear looks without the piece. And here's our piece that's gonna get plugged in. And very simply, it's just gonna go right on there. So now we're gonna do the legs, and I'm gonna start with the right side. So we have a right thigh piece that covers. We have a peg and a port. And then we have a port and a peg. So that's just gonna plug in like that. And there it is all plugged in. And then we also have a shin piece. Similar idea, we've got a couple of ports, and these are the matching parts that will plug into those ports. And finally his foot. This one is super straightforward, plug and port. And we'll go ahead and attach him now. And now we do the same with the other side. And there is our big monkey. The only things left in the box are a couple of swords and that is it. Okay, so I have our movie Primal that I just put together, and then I've got two other Optimus Primals that I want to do a comparison against. But as far as this Primal goes, I'm really happy with him so far. I think he looks really good. There's plenty of articulation. You know, he gets the 45-degree angle on both the elbow and on the knee. It's not quite a double jointed knee, but that's not totally necessary on this. The ankle does have a pivot, which is nice. And it's got regular swivel as well, so that's nice. And then what's weird is that we do have these other side toe things that do have their own articulation, but I don't really know when or why you'd want to articulate those, but hey, that's another little bit. Otherwise, it has most of the articulation that you would expect. Now, obviously, this is not going to transform, and I knew that going into it. This is a $30 figure from a company that isn't fully well known yet, and it is a licensed item. So I think if it wasn't licensed, this would probably be closer to a $15 to $20 figure, but as it is, I am still fairly happy with it. And doing a quick close-up of the Maximal logo right on the chest, I think that looks really nice considering how small it actually is. And again, just doing a close-up on the face, and I think that looks really cool. I actually really enjoyed that in the movie. And then of course another side-by-side with the mouth guard down, so you can see his lips, which I don't like as much, so I'm gonna leave him with just this one as appeared. He's got several different hands, which I think is nice. And of course he's got his trademark swords. And what is cool is that these do attach like his swords are supposed to. And he can grip them like that, which is great. I think my only real gripe is that these don't attach to him the way that they do with the other toys. Now, in the movie, he didn't have them attached, so I can't knock it too much for that, but it just would have been kind of a nice thing if they were able to make it attached to the back like the others. So real quick, this one is part of the kind of current line of Beast Wars Transformers stuff. I believe this was the first release of Optimus Primal within that line a few years ago now, and there's since been at least 2 or 3 versions of him, and you can see that there's quite a difference between the two. Here is Masterpiece Optimus Primal, and this is the official version, not a knockoff. And if you're unaware, the Masterpiece one, all of the Masterpiece Transformers figures are all supposed to be in scale with each other, which is a super fun idea, but I don't have the money to afford all of those. And finally, we have this Optimus Primal from a third-party company called Generation Toy, and this is kind of unique to them. It's not been in any kind of story as far as I know, but this is an Optimus Primal, which is why I wanted to compare him to this one. You saw in the intro that I do actually have the regular Optimus Prime as well as Bumblebee, so if you're interested in seeing me do a build video of those, then let me know in the comments below. So I'm really happy with how this came out. I especially am glad that I was able to support a small company that created a fairly well executed figure. And if you like small companies too and also want to support them, then check out my Red Sonja video over here.